Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to my reading of Kira Kira. Last time, Shikanosuke has made a promise to be Shikako for the remainder of the tour, even offstage. Don't know if he's just an egg, but he didn't really protest that much. Anyway, they will be spending the rest of the tour as an all-girl band around the clock. We shall see what this dedication to the band will bring him.
I see posters all over the wall which simply say Music Farm's 10th anniversary commemorative live concert. I wonder if I'm stupid to think putting the posters on the site of the day of the event doesn't mean anything. On the other wall, I see an enlarged photo of the events held at this place. I understand this one. Each photo represents a part of the history of this theater. Each photo represents a band, and some of them landed a record deal or are still going strong. The owner points at the pictures and gives me details, but I regret to say I don't know the bands. Even so, I'm thankful to the owner of this place, called Music Farm. He didn't have to let us play here when he found out I was a boy dressed up like a girl, but he decided to follow through on our deal, even though he added some restrictions. He paid for the gas and an express toll, and he even pays us depending on the ticket sales. He didn't change any of the deal. We did advertise a little on the internet, but I don't think too many would come for this anyways. But besides that point, this is really generous for an inexperienced new band like us, or even a regular band. This showed how much he cared about his dig. It wasn't about the ticket sales, but wanted to make it to his tastes. And because he decided to let us play, we have to meet his expectations. Our rehearsal is the last one on the schedule today, but we were the first ones to arrive. I think we're too enthusiastic about our third live show, but it's better than being late. But there's nothing to do. We've set up the instruments already and are idle when the other bands come in. They tell us they saw our costumes in the videos on the internet. They can't believe it when I tell them our school is a real Christian school.
Look at this guy's bass guitar. It's magnificent. Is this the legendary bass guitar the owner was talking about?
Someone asks me as I tune my bass. It makes me feel uncomfortable that they know about that, but I go along with it anyway, trying not to disappoint him. It makes him really happy, and I feel even guiltier about that. Anyway, more bands are coming in to the venue, but it seems like they are visual bands, or punk bands, or mixes of the two. Tonya said that the bands in Nagoya are all punk and visual. I wonder if he was right, and I recognize once again the greatness of Star Generation. A girl who is a vocalist in one of the bands talks to me in a very friendly way. For a moment, I think she fell in love with me at first sight, but apparently that's not it.
We saw Star Generation last year, and that's why we started our band.
So, she's only curious about us as a fan of Star Generation, because Star Generation is backing us up. I couldn't care less about that, but I'm worried about how she thinks we're such a great band.
Most punk bands are activities of dropouts and hooligans, and most visual bands are activities of otaku. So I'm really looking forward to seeing a punk band that actually plays real punk. Please show us the techniques you learned from Kanta-san.
Her eyes are sparkling. But you saw the video of our live show on the internet, didn't you? I don't know what you think of it, but that's our best.
I don't have the computer, so I didn't see the video. But it's so great that you're on a stage backed by Star Generation. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
I shake her hand, moved by her support, but I'm worried we might let them down. Don't they understand what our fresh and awkward behavior means? This must be the power of Star Generation. I suppose I'm not the only one who feels this strange anxiety.
Hey, what should we do? Everyone seems to be staring at us.
Chie came close to me and whispered in my ear. I'm sure someone here must have seen the video. But do you think we're okay? I answered as I felt troubled.
I'm not really sure.
Chie looks nervously at Kirari, who's talking to other band members. Her face is red, and she looks embarrassed as she talks to them. I've heard people in Nagoya are unfriendly, but what is this welcoming mood? It makes me feel more nervous as I look at them. Should we apologize beforehand? Maybe we should tell them we're complete amateurs.
I would love to do that, but if we did, they'd just think we're being modest.
Chie shook her head. Then we need to give a great performance. I'm not sure if our techniques are good enough to meet their expectations. I sigh.
Yeah, but sometimes great expectations enhances things. We should aim for that. We should play with great confidence and make a great atmosphere.
I see. It's an illusion. It must be important. But we have to trick ourselves in order to do that. We have to believe that we are real punk rockers, so we can naturally play a great show.
I see. That's what Tonyo was always talking about. Believing is what's important before a show. But can we do it like this?
Well, I remember seeing a bookstore just around the corner. Should I go get a book on hypnotism? We should hypnotize ourselves.
That sounds good. We might be even able to use it against the audience, too. It's a sure thing that our playing won't improve in a second. We have to find a way to improve their impressions.
This negative talk only increases the pressure. It's not because of the nervousness, but I feel the urgency to go to the restroom, and right before the rehearsal. I thought maybe I should wait until I finish the rehearsal, but I wanted to rehearse without feeling urgency in any way. Besides, I don't think I can hold it any longer. I feel a dangerous sign from around my bladder. I leave the venue after excusing myself. I barely managed to find the restroom at the end of the confusing hallway. There, I find a preceding visitor. He's pissing. I take up a position next to him. I sigh and feel relieved. I sneak a look at him. His hair is set perfectly, like a male escort. His eyebrows are straight, as if drawn on with a ruler. He has pale skin. He looks like a performer. Is he in one of the other bands playing tonight? Am I supposed to say hi regardless of our situation? And since we'll be playing on the same stage tonight? But I have no idea how close I should feel towards the other bands who are playing tonight. There were no relationships like this in my everyday life before. He sees me acting strange and our eyes meet.
Wow!
The other guy jumps back with surprise.
What are you doing? This is the men's room.
I don't understand for a second. I feel lost. Then I notice. I'm in a skirt. And it's not some stage costume I'm wearing. It's real women's clothes. I completely forgot about it since the band members talk to me naturally, but I'm sure if you saw me like this in a man's restroom, you'd be surprised too.
That voice.
He sounds high-pitched with shock. Then he clears his throat.
I see. You're a man who likes to dress as a woman.
He's being very polite all of a sudden. Yeah, that's right. I'm from Tokyo and my band is the second I try to introduce myself, but he doesn't hear me out.
Is that a stage costume?
No, it's not. It's my everyday outfit under certain circumstances, but...
So, you're perfect. Are you the one the owner specially invited?
He spits out the words, not waiting for my explanation.
He invited a pervert all the way from Tokyo?
He talks to himself as he puts away his thing in his pants.
Out of my way!
He leaves the restroom. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I understand someone might feel that way about me, but was it necessary to put me down this bad? Pervert. I thought myself that way many times, but it hurt me when someone actually said it to my face. I feel bad about what happened as I return and see the man in the restaurant talking to the PA guy. I know he's one of the performers tonight. I asked the others about him. His name is Akira Yashiro. He's the vocalist of a band called Panic, and they're performing at the end of the show tonight. Too bad it's not at the disco. He's supposedly famous around here, and he helps the ticket sales. Then the owner introduces us formally, but Yashiro doesn't even look at me. I guess he might be very upset. But I'm not doing this as a joke, so I'm sure he would understand if he just let me explain. However, he rejects me completely, so it's impossible to do so. How unfortunate. And then Yashiro comes to check up on us.
What is this? They're a comic band, right? They don't belong at this event.
They do, actually. Their play is great.
I see. That's fine then.
Yashiro doesn't sound convinced. He walks off to the stage to rehearse. The way he walked showed how much he was frustrated. The other members look surprised to be treated like that. Tell them what happened in the restroom just a minute ago.
It must have been a shocking first impression.
Chie frowns.
I'm sure he must have been scared to death seeing a girl in the restroom like that.
Kurari's laughing her head off.
It's our own fault. We are so used to Miyajima dressing like that, we didn't even think that far ahead.
Kashiwara is worried about me, but I can't feel good about them getting used to seeing me dressed up as a girl.
Yeah, but maybe they would have treated you the same way even if you hadn't met in the restroom. I'm sure they can't understand you dressed as a girl just for a rehearsal. They must think we're a weird band.
Chie is on the money. She's right. I can't say anything because it's, well, true. But I think we're careless, even so. I must have misunderstood the whole situation when people were so nice to us. I'm sure people other than Yashiro don't say anything about it, but they may be feeling unpleasant. We can only have one solution to convince them now. We have to put on a great performance and show them what we can do. That's assuming we have the skill, but we won't know until we try. I feel like I've been forced to go along with this.
Don't worry, we'll just do what we usually do.
I guess, but would it be okay?
Sure, people screw up when they try to do something they haven't practiced on stage. It's impossible to suddenly approve out of nowhere. We should just do our best, and if it turns out bad, we just have to deal with it.
Kurari giggles.
Don't you remember? This is what you said to me, Shika-kun. I always wanted to say it to someone else.
And so, our pressure builds as our performance comes up. We're worried and scared. We don't think we can be satisfied with our performance at the end, and expectations of us are high. Too high. But as a result, it turns out to be a huge success. I feel extremely nervous before the lights come on. I have a hard time getting my instrument ready, but that lasts only until the spotlight is turned on. As the lights come on, I hear cheers from the back of the audience. How can I describe my feelings of joy and surprise when I realize there are people who came to see us? It makes me happy and I wave.
Shikako-chan!
Rough voices answer me. What is this strange popularity I have? It feels strange. The other members smirk at me, but this makes me feel relaxed. I feel fine after we start to play. The tension is actually beneficial now. It makes me alert and focused, that I can concentrate on playing. It's much easier to concentrate like this on stage. Yagihara said that the spotlight is like magic, and I agree, and it has an effect on the results as well. It's impossible to listen to our performance objectively, but I think we didn't make any mistakes. And while I'm not quite sure if we met the expectations of others, the reaction of the audience isn't bad at all. I feel relieved. Besides, I'm the type of guy who complains beforehand, but able to perform when needed. Of course, I can only say that now, after the show is over. Kurari is covered with sweat as she receives cheers and gazes of the audiences in front of us. She's dazzling in the spotlight at the end of our performance.
Thank you! I love Santiago! I love Kiba! I love Nagoya!
I gaze at Kurari's back as she waves her right hand at the audience. I'm filled with deep emotions and feel like a real musician. I feel content from accomplishing this job, and I feel dead tired. I take off half of my costume and put a towel around my neck. I am sitting on a chair when Kurari takes a photo of me.
I just took the sexiest picture ever! It actually looks like a half-naked girl!
She shows me the picture. The important parts are covered with the towel and a costume. I'm showing a lot of skin and have a languid expression on my face. Kurari asks me if she can upload the photo, and I agree, because I'm really tired.
All the Shikako-chan fans are going to have nosebleeds!
I don't really hear her. I'm just too tired. The audience thought we were great, so I figured we're the greatest band of the day. But I guess it's not that easy. The band that played after us did a great show as well. Maybe the audience was really special today, since it was a commemorative event. I was worried about the owner's mood, but he seems to be satisfied.
I'm glad you came. Please, come again if you have a chance.
We feel relieved to be able to satisfy the owner. Looks like we cleared the first hurdle. And one more thing. I guess a lot more local people than we imagined came to see us in particular after seeing us on the internet.
Oh my god, your band is going to take off?
He gets excited as he counts the numbers. 'Cause everything went so well, we feel bewildered, looking at each other rather than feeling happy about it. We have an after party with the bands that played today. Because it's our first time in Nagoya, they take us to a restaurant famous for cheap and good chicken wings. We sit at 3 different tables. We congratulate each other as we start talking about Star Generation. I tell them that Yagihara is a really nice and kind guy, which surprises everyone. I guess they thought Yagihara was a really violent guy and a mad dog, a scary artist type of guy. Maybe he pretends to be like that when he talks to the media, but I don't understand any of that since I met him before I knew anything about him. They tell me about the past exploits of Star Generation. Guess they were doing some radical stuff. They set fire on the stage to warm up the theater, talked bad about the bands they didn't like, and so on. They used to get more comments about their behavior than about their music. That's different now, of course. From what I gather, people started to talk about their music as well when Tonya Kenta joined their band 2 years ago. The reason why Tonya is popular second to Yagihara in Star Generation is apparently because of his participation in production of music as well as his technique.
I just don't understand that guy, Kenta. He doesn't expose himself. And his technique was great from the first time we saw him. I was wondering what he did before he joined the band.
The guitarist at my table is talking about Tonya. It seems he doesn't even realize Tonya was a student in my class. Other than that, it's surprising to know they used to be an extreme band like that. I have more respect for Star Generation than for most bands in Tokyo. These people in this after-party are more violent than Yagihara. There's someone trying to feed someone a cake with ketchup on it over there, trying to make someone drink very strong alcohol and stuff. Where does this gap come from? Does it mean Yagihara and the others settled down a little? Or were they doing that as an act to make other people notice them? If they were doing it to be noticed, I probably said something I shouldn't have said, like how he's really a nice and kind guy. Should I have said something like he eats live hamsters for a snack? I'm not sure what to say, so I keep quiet about them, dodging the questions I get. The time passes by and everyone gets drunk. The conversation gets deeper. At my table, they're talking about love relationships in indie bands in the Nagoya area. They were talking about who's dating whom, who slept with whom, stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't recognize any of the names in the conversation because I don't live in the area. But I listen to stimulating words anyways, thinking this is an erotic conversation. I wonder if this breaking up and going out kind of stuff is an everyday talk amongst bands in Tokyo as well. I reflect that Murakami and I are really healthy and innocent. It feels like guys in bands are living in a whole different world, and they are much more adult than we are when we talk together. They are actually a little older than us, but they seem much older than that. But our relationship isn't really like that. In fact, Murakami and I are not cool at all compared to popular guys in our class. My head feels really hot from the alcohol and the contents of the conversation, so I sigh and keep my distance from the conversation. I look at the table next to me. Only girls are sitting at the table now. There's Kashiwara and Chie. They're talking about the differences between Nagoya and Tokyo.
I hear you call homage on Nelly here.
Chie was asking a weird question.
And I see a reporter from the local indie magazine that was covering the event tonight at the farthest table. I've never seen a reporter for a magazine in my life, but she's wearing a suit and looks like a serious business lady. She looks different than most of the women in the band scene. Maybe she's had too much to drink, because her cheeks are flushed. And where did Karari go? I can't find her. I look around and find her cleaning the tables with a red face and wobbling hands after the customers go home. She's drunk, and she thinks she's on a shift at work. But why does she start working when she drinks? I've heard of conditioned reflexes, but if she wants to work when she drinks, then was she drinking at work all this time? Maybe I should watch her closely next time we work.
Excuse me, may I interview you?
I turn around as someone talks to me. I find the reporter by my side looking at me. An interview?
Yes, I've interviewed everyone else, so I thought I'd come talk to you.
She seems to be drunk. Can she work like this?
I do the website, but I have a lot of space still. I think I could give you a big feature. What do you think? Can I interview you?
Sure, go ahead. But are we interesting enough?
Sure. I saw your performance, and you guys are gonna take off.
You're a flatterer.
No, I'm serious. Can I start the interview?
Yeah, go ahead.
I heard you just started. Did you have a lot of practice beforehand?
The reporter stares at me. I feel embarrassed to be asked like this. But I'm a punk rocker now, so I can't flinch. Murakami once said that the relationship between musicians and the media is important. I needed to appeal my punk soul to the public with a punk rocker kind of answer. I practiced so much that it impacted my everyday life.
How much is that?
I practiced so much I didn't eat or sleep well. I didn't attend my relative's funeral. I collapsed from malnutrition. But I took my instruments to the hospital bed, My school teachers told me they would expel me from school. I didn't quit playing, but he understood me when he heard me play.
I see. So, your band has a lot of stories.
Well, it's all lies.
Excuse me?
They're all lies. They can't be true. And I'm not gonna tell you the actual truth. Fuck it.
Please don't lie.
The reporter frowns. It's probably the punk way to provoke her even more, but Tonya also said to apologize when they get mad. I'm sorry, I'll be serious. I tell her about the training Tonya made me do. Wait, this isn't good, is it?
What? What are you talking about?
Because it's not punk, is it? I want you to write like how my attitude is at first. Like, I didn't even practice well and I played as a joke, but it turned out people liked it or something like that. With a comment like, I think it's stupid to practice seriously.
I think that might make a lot of the readers angry.
Don't you think being hated is what being a punk rocker is all about?
Is that so?
What do you think?
But I think it would be an interesting story to hear how Kenta trained you. Can I use it?
Sure. Oh, but don't write that Tonya goes to my school.
I understand. I won't write anything private.
Good.
Then, can I ask you one last question?
Sure. Then the reporter pulls herself together again and asks a question.
What do you think about being a Cinderella band? One that came out of nowhere and everyone notices.
I don't think we've been noticed that much.
But people do notice you.
But it's not like Cinderella.
You're right, but it's best to exaggerate a little. Most people will believe it unless they're really familiar with the music scene. Anyway, how do you feel about getting all this attention for a new band just because you know Star Generation?
I think you just told me how you feel about it. Oh well. Here comes the next question. She got angry, but my last answer was pretty punk, I think. I need to keep answering like a punk rocker. Being in a band is so easy.
Easy?
Yeah, it's really easy.
That's a really egotistical thing to say.
Think about it. We're amateurs. Yet, we got to be invited to Nagoya. And you're interviewing me. It's really easy.
Your band's been blessed. Not everybody is as fortunate as you are.
Did I offend you? I apologize if I did. I'm not talking bad about the band industry or anything. I'm just talking about the truth. The world is full of shit. I'm really satisfied with this punk rocker-esque answer, but...
I really feel like punching you.
The reporter is grinding her teeth. Well, it was just a joke. Don't you see? I hurriedly correct myself. I guess I don't have any balls.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course I'm sure.
I see.
The reporter was looking at me doubtfully. This is all thanks to Star Generation. If we hadn't met them, there wouldn't have been a chance for me to get carried away like this. It's all because of their power. I act modest.
I see.
Maybe she thinks it isn't a good idea to be in a bad mood for the rest of the interview. So she clears her throat and corrects her attitude.
Oh, can I ask you how you met Star Generation?
Sure. I nod and start telling her. They came as customers to the restaurant where Shino, the vocalist, and I both worked. Then I tell her about what happened the day of the restaurant briefly. About me intervening in a dispute and getting knocked out. How they gave me a ticket to their show as an apology. About my first time in the theater. And that's how we met Star Generation.
How strange.
The reporter sighs. Do you think so?
Sure, that kind of thing doesn't happen very often. And you said Kenta-san is your classmate?
That's true.
It's too good to be true. Coincidences like that don't happen in real life.
You think so? But it really happened, so I can't do anything about it.
You are really blessed.
Does this reporter hate us or what?
So, you and Shino-san went to the concert for the first time, and that influenced you to make the band? does that something's up?
Well, sure, I guess. I don't want to admit to being influenced because it sounds like I'm easily influenced by everything. But it's actually true, so I can't really say anything. I nod quietly. I tell her what happened with Star Generation after we started the band. I practiced in different ways under Tonya's tutelage. Yagihara came to see our performance at the school festival, and he actually liked us. And that's how we ended up here. So everything started from a meeting with Tonya and everyone else. I'm not joking, I really feel that way. I can say for sure that we wouldn't be here right now if it hadn't been for Tonya's guidance and help from Yagihara.
But it can't be a coincidence that all these people helped you.
The reporter's in a good mood again. She keeps asking me questions, and I answer them honestly. I guess she heard what Yagihara was saying about us, and she asks me about that too. Is my bass guitar a memento of the legend or not? Was Kurari really a survivor of a plane crash? I deny every question, and it'll be a boring story, but I can't do anything because it's the truth.
So, there was no drama at all.
Reporter sounds a little disappointed. Well, the reality is nothing exciting.
You're right. Reality sucks. I wonder why it's like that.
She finishes the rest of the glass of beer next to her with a bitter face. I wonder if she's under a lot of stress. So the after party goes on, but I've had my mind on that Yashiro guy from the beginning of the party, and why he's not coming. His band, Panic, is an important part of tonight's event, and other band members are here at the party, so it seems unnatural not to see him here. Is it our fault? I don't want to be feeling guilty about it. I can't let go of the hostile feeling I felt during the rehearsal. I asked the guy drinking next to me.
He's a loner. Sorry if we made you feel awkward during the rehearsal. He's like that to everyone he doesn't like. He's an ass sometimes.
I guess nobody really likes Yashiro. Everyone laughs at him. Then they started to talk about Yashiro for a while. But it seems nobody likes him much. I hear that his ego's too big and doesn't get along with others. He makes trouble with other bands often. So they say I shouldn't care about what he said to us. Everyone's had a hard time dealing with him because he's a welcome guest at music cafes, since his band has a lot of fans.
He looks good. That's all that matters.
The guitarist spits out. Everybody suffers from their relationships.
Although Yashihiro is good looking, you guys are good looking too. All cute girls. Even you, up close like this.
Well, not really.
Maybe they invited you guys because of you specifically.
He sighs. What do you mean, because of me?
Oh, Kitagawa-san, the owner.
The other guy nods. Kitagawa. Is that his name?
No, that's his nickname. Everyone says he's gay. That's why the Kitagawa nickname. I won't go into the backstory about that, but I hear he likes handsome young men. And you see a lot of handsome young men in the bands tonight, don't you? A young man in a skirt is definitely in the middle of his strike zone.
But the owner said he thought it was a girl at first.
Maybe he said that, but everyone thinks he's gay.
Gay. You said... And I remember how he looked at me when I showed him my costume. In a girl's clothes, a chill runs down my spine.
Did he do something to you?
I remember he told me he has a place to stay for me alone, if I didn't have anywhere to spend the night. I declined his offer, but they all exclaim and start to say different things.
He definitely has his eye on you.
They start talking about me. It is apparently a famous technique of Mr. Kitagawa. He led a few male musicians to the Forbidden Flower Garden with his technique. I suppose I had a narrow escape from death.
You've been saved by a hair. Or did you miss an opportunity? They say Kitagawa-san has a huge cock. Maybe you should have taken a taste of it.
He makes a scary comment as he laughs. I've been saved by a hair. I feel a cold sweat.
I feel sick.
Karari's face is twisted with pain. She can't stand up alone because she's had way too much to drink. She's being supported by Chie, who isn't drunk, and Kashiwara, who didn't have anything to drink tonight. You drank too much.
You too? You can't even stand up straight.
Oh, I guess I'm drunk a little. But I can still walk. Gosh, I'm hot. Can I take off the wig?
No.
How about my boobs?
I said no. It's a promise, right?
It's all right. You won't find out about it. And they told me the owner might be lying in the first place. He called us knowing I was a man. I told them about the story of him being gay. So I think he lied about him thinking I was a girl to take advantage of us. I think the possibility is high. How can you mistake me for a girl anyway?
No, it's a promise. It doesn't matter if he lied or not. I thought you were cool when you accepted the restriction. But I can't believe you're complaining about it now.
I usually keep my promises, but I don't know about this one. You can say that perhaps you don't know how hard it is for a normal man to live dressed as a girl. I guess not many people can understand that situation, and I didn't have time to find out. But I really feel discouraged. I fix the strap of my bra on my shoulder. It's really itchy. Girls don't mind things like this. Hey, Kashiwara, you look like you have sensitive skin. Doesn't it irritate you at all? Like your shoulder and under your boobs? I ask.
Well,
Isn't it in the summer when you sweat? Doesn't it affect your body at all? Your boobs are especially big. Kashiwara blushes and turns the other way.
Hey, you're drunk. Don't sexually harass her.
Chie kicks me. Well, it was a plain question. I can't ask this kind of question as a man, can I? We're heading back to the hotel. Chie can't drive like this, so we're walking instead. We decide we'll get the Liquor Murakami van tomorrow at the parking lot of the theater. It's all the same if you're in Nagoya or Tokyo once you are drunk. The details of the scene melt together and spin around you.
I just learned that a few famous musicians say if you have a good show in Nagoya, you've pretty much made it.
Vivid neon signs shine on Kashiwara's face. Is that true? But don't you think our performance was pretty good?
I think so.
Does that mean we're real musicians?
It would make us so.
Kashiwara smiles happily.
Hey, guys, what should we do next?
I've had enough today. I want to go home and sleep.
Who said we were talking about going to a restaurant or something? I mean, what do we do from now on?
We don't have any more gigs.
So from now on, it's going to be the street live performances you were wanting. What city should we go to? Shikanosuke, do you have any preference?
Let me see. Maybe we should stay here for a little longer. Since we came all the way to Nagoya. But on the other hand, we only have a limited amount of time. I wanted to see different places as well. But if she asks me where I want to go exactly, I can't decide. It's okay to go wherever. That's my honest feeling.
If we're going to do street performances, I think we should go to somewhere with a lot of people, like Kyoto or Osaka. But I'm sure there will be enough space for us to perform in Gifu as well.
Then Chia lists the well-known cities around here. It's so hard to pick when there's no standard or limitations.
It's hard being able to do whatever you want in whatever way you want to do it.
Sounds sentimental when Kashiwara says it, because she could never do what she wanted to do in the way she wanted to do it. The essence of freedom is fear. I say what I heard somewhere before. But freedom means this earth and the sky we see are all ours. Don't you think it's the most wonderful thing in the world?
That's unusually positive for you. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I just wanted to say that.
Jeez, you're drunk. By the way, can you take over?
Take over what?
Carrying Karari. I need to make a call. Yagihara asked me to phone him after the concert was over.
Sure, it's okay.
Why is the one man among us walking alone while the rest of us frail girls are helping her walk?
I was helping her out at first, but they said the way I touched drunken Karari's body and how I looked at her was too erotic, and they didn't let me help. I wanted to remind them, but I think it'll backfire at me. I think they'll remember and get mad at me all over again. But I wasn't touching her perversely at all. I think the reason was that I was drunk and had a drowsy look, or my hand was clumsy, or something like that. That's what I think, at least, for now. Anyway, I obeyed Chia's command and supported Karari's arm. Karari says something under her breath, but I can't make it out. At least more than half of her is in a dream world for sure. Chie turns to us happily after the phone conversation.
We're going to go to Osaka next.
What? Osaka? Is it decided?
Yes, there's a theater there interested in us.
That's so sudden.
It's not for sure, but Yagihara called a theater he knew there, and there's an event which one band canceled out of, so they're short on acts. The booking agent is going to meet us. It's apparently a famous theater in Osaka.
Famous is good, but did they tell them the details? I wonder if they think I'm a girl like what happened here.
Yagihara said he talked to them briefly about the members, so everything should be straightened out.
That's good then.
I'm sure things like that won't happen too often.
I'm sure, but Yagihara talks whatever. We're going to Osaka next.
You sound disappointed somehow.
Kashiwara looks at me. No, it's like you feel scared if you don't have a goal. But feel disappointed if the goal is decided for you.
How selfish.
Yeah, I know. But don't you understand that feeling? No? I'm not against that at all. There's no way I'm going to be against that. It's just so lucky for a band like us to be invited. We should be appreciative.
But it's kind of scary. Everything's going so well. They say there's no such thing as a free lunch, so don't you feel like something bad is about to happen?
Gee, you worry too much. There are more examples of success stories, like growing up in a miserable environment and becoming a huge movie star, and the movie becoming $1 million hit or something like that. What we have is like a middle-class success compared to that. We can't be a huge star if we get started like this.
I can't help it. I'm a middle-class person. Big luck makes me tired. I'll settle for small good and bad luck.
Doesn't sound like what a young woman in a punk rock band would say.
You think so? What kind of rocking ideas do you have then?
Well, like the conquest of the world?
What are you talking about?
Then I'll make it a little bit smaller. And say conquest of Japan?
Not much smaller.
No, I'd play in every city in Japan, taking my instrument with me. I won't have a house or family, and I'd be a vagabond punk rocker.
Sounds like Snufkin.
Kashiwara laughs. Yeah, kinda like that. I'll live in a tent, play music, and fish.
But I don't think Snufkin's a punk rocker.
Chie looks at me bitterly.
I think the way he lives is how punk rockers should be. Did you know that he is the kind of man who doesn't like to be told anything? So he pulls out the warning signs at the park. Oh, he's so cool. I know. Maybe I won't even go home anymore. Snufkin never sleeps in his house.
That means you have to stay dressed as a girl until the tour ends. That's what your promise was. If you start a vagabond life now, you'll be dressed as a girl for the rest of your life.
I wouldn't be Snufkin if I dressed like a girl.
Don't you think?
Chie sighs.
How can you say such nonsense with a straight face? I kinda envy that about you.
Well, thank you. Oh, is this the hotel? Yes, it is. Okay, we're here, Shino. Wake up. I shake Karari's shoulders.
No, I don't want to walk anymore. Carry me to the room.
It sounds fake compared to how she's been talking before. I step aside from where I was.
What?
Karari stands on her feet.
I think I'm okay now.
Karari smiles in embarrassment. I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow, but I wake up soon after, feeling thirsty and hungry.
Well, we have more underage drinking. The drinking age in Japan is 20, and they are 18 or 19. But no one's checking IDs. The others I can see, like the restaurant not checking because they at least look in the ballpark. But Karari does look really young for her age, since she's so small. But I can also see it in the chaos of an after party, no one checking, or assuming someone else checked. It is cute that Karari snaps into work mode when drunk, though. At least nothing bad happened while they were blackout drunk.